Hey, so today is my week 7 pull day. So this is in my 7th week of this program. 1 week off for injury, and I think due to all the extra work days, rest days that I've kind of had, I should be on week 9. But anyway, we're 7 weeks into we're in our 7th week of the program. And today is the first pull day that I'm going to do with the VersaGrips. So I have pull-ups, bend over rows. Let me just double check the rest of my workout. I have a terrible memory. Bicep and hammer curls. So obviously I'm only going to use the VersaGrips for the pull-ups. I have 4 sets. So I'm going to test these with my normal pull-ups first, and we'll see if these add anything. And then I'm going to try it with bent over rows as well. And then for the bicep curls and hammer curls, I'm obviously going to do that normally. So let's give it a go, see how we do, see if it changes anything. I feel like, I have these backwards. So this is something I've noticed, is that in my last video and my last workout, I think I had a fairly positive review of these grips. But then I did another workout. So I did my push day yesterday, and I had a few movements. I had like a couple of movements that I used these for, and then I realized that the arc in the VersaGrips are meant to go along with your thumb to give you more space. So I'm going to use that this time, do it properly. And I also found that like to tighten them a bit better, that I should like rev the bar like a motorbike. So I felt like in the exercise that I didn't actually video, that I had a much better time with them, and I had a stronger grip as well. So I'm going to see if that translates into this first pull workout. This door is broken, so it doesn't fully open. So let's see how this goes. So the road to 15% body weight is not going so great. So obviously I started at about 88 kg and I was able to get down to 85.5 kg, but yeah, lately I think I'm at 86 kg, so I really need to start losing some more weight. But now that the weather's getting better, I think I'll have more exercise, more movement. I need to cut down food slightly. I think sometimes I get too preoccupied with trying to hit my 2 grams of protein per kg, rather than being like, okay, I don't need this extra meal, I don't need this extra protein shake, I've eaten enough today, I need to stop. But it's meant to be a slow progress. I don't want to lose more than a half a kg a week. Even that, like 0.2 kg a week is where I'd be aiming for. Like, the goal is to get to this by the summertime. So we still have the rest of February, March, April, May, June, like 4.5 months. So I'm not too worried, but I need to be aware that I've been going up in weight slightly. So when I did this last, I was 85 kg and I got 11 reps. So I weigh 1 extra kg. So let's see if having these grips helps me get more than 11. Bad thing about this setup is the bar has grips for here and here to save your hands. But those grips are great for chin-ups, but not for pull-ups, because it doesn't make any sense. My hands aren't wide enough. The other problem with having this bar in the door is that to get a pull-up grip and to have my hands out wide enough to do a proper pull-up, my elbows hit off the side of the door, which is very annoying. So hopefully, once I do get a squat rack one day, eventually, I'll be able to have a better pull-up facility, you know. So anyway, last week, our last pull exercise, 11 reps. Let's see what I get with the VersaGrips now. I at least hope for 12 or 13, you know. Although me getting to 11, I really have to push myself to get past 10 on pull-ups. I don't know if it's a strong exercise for me, or if it's one I just don't like. But that's always because my grip does give out. Like, I never feel pull-ups in my back or anything. It's always in my forearms. And maybe that's down to how I'm retracting my scapula or how I'm doing the movement in some way. But yeah, so I'm going to do 2 sets of pull-ups without weight, and then I'm going to do my last 2 sets. I'm going to add a bit of weight because I feel like I've been kind of stagnant with my pull-ups. So I want to go back to doing some weighted pull-ups. Last week I did 5 kg. I think I'll do 10 kg this week because that's what I was doing previously. And if I can get that for some reps, we'll see. So anyway, so 11 last week. Let's see what I can get this week. I think that was 11. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like pull-ups. I don't know what it is about them. Whatever way they are, I just really don't enjoy pull-ups. It's not my favourite movement. But back when I started, I could do like 1 to 3 pull-ups. Keep in mind, when I started I was 98 kg, but it was a very slow build-up, and it's a movement that I have been really proud of. Like I do 1 to 3, then I got kind of getting to 4 to 5, then 8 kind of became a standard. I think my PR is 13 or 14. And like I've done weighted pull-ups for 10 to 12 reps with 10 kg. So I can get myself there, but I don't know, I think once I passed the threshold where I could get 10 reps, it just stagnated completely. I just feel like it just kind of randomly goes up and down. I don't feel like I progress with this anymore. Hence the reason for like this new program. Previously I'd do two sets. This new program is 4 sets. And I just find myself more wiped out. Like that one there, I'll get the 11 or 12 reps. So, and then my next pull-ups will just gradually go down. And it doesn't seem to matter what I do, I don't really progress. So that's the reason now, last week and this week, what I've started to do is I'll do 2 pull-ups normally, and then I'll do 2 weighted. Maybe I should start with weighted pull-ups. Maybe that should be it, or maybe I should just make the whole thing weighted again. I'm going to have a think about it. Because by the time I do my 2 last sets and I'm trying to lift an extra 10 kg with me, I'll probably be burnt out. Like I think last week I did 11 reps, then 9 reps. Let's see if I can get that now. I don't find the VersaGrips help too much with this. Although I find I paused more and I struggled more when I didn't have these. So maybe they're slightly helping, but this doesn't seem like my best exercise with these grips. But it does help a bit. Yeah, I don't have pain in my forearms now like I normally would. So maybe I need to relax with that. But yeah, I'll do 1 more set. If I can do more than 9 reps, that'll be good for these. But other than that, I just kind of want to at least maintain where I'm at with the pull-ups. I don't know, in a future program, or the program after this, I don't think I'm doing 4 sets. I think 4 sets is overkill with pull-ups. I found I had more progression doing 2 sets of pull-ups to failure than I've had these weeks doing these 4 sets. For me personally, I think it feels a bit junky, the volume. Feels a bit too much. Yeah, so I'm going to take that into consideration in my next program. And hopefully adding the weighted pull-ups will help. But the more I think about it, the more I think, that's silly. Why am I doing that why don't I do the weighted pull-ups when I'm fresh? So, things to ponder. That's the funny thing, like, I feel like I've been working out non-stop now for 2 or 3 years. Like before that, you know, just partying, drinking, not exercising. But like I've had large parts of my life where I was working out. Well, it's amazing how you never feel like you know everything. It's like, that's the thing about these videos. I was worried that if I do these videos, I'm not going to have anything to talk about after 5 or 6 videos. It was like every week I'm like, oh, okay, I've got the VersaGrips for this. Oh, okay, this one arm dumbbell row is working. Okay, I'm going to switch this for this. It's fun. That's the way to make it fun with the working out. And I like the fact that like I followed one program for like a year and a half, and I just got so fed up with it. And in the past I gave up because I was doing the same program, and I found that this is now the 3rd switcher program I've done. I've had 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd program, and I'm going to switch this in. I'm in week 7, so week 10 or 12. Switch it to something new again, and it just keeps things interesting. Because I think after 5 to 8 weeks, that's when you feel confident with all your movements, all the exercises you have, you know your weights, you know what you're going for, you know your rep range. But it can get boring then. You know, you can be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. So switching it up has been good. And it also like allows me, while I'm doing these workouts, I'm not just thinking about the workout. I'm also thinking, oh, I could do this next, or I could do this next. To be honest, starting to think as well, a big reason I'm not liking the VersaGrips is just how this pull-up bar is. Oh, you fucker. Like, it's not a full straight bar. Like, to get my hands out this wide, I'm grabbing parts of it I shouldn't be grabbing, and it's just uncomfortable in my hands. And getting the rev on this to get a full lock with the grips isn't great. But anyway, let's do what we can. So 9 reps. No, see, I lose the grip. I just completely, yeah, I think, like I'm taking out all the slack as soon as I fall down. So maybe I should try staying under the bar when I put these in. Oh man, this is frustrating. It's probably more frustrating to watch. Look, doesn't matter, let's just do it. Whoa. 10. Okay. So they're helping. I think I'm talking a lot of nonsense by saying they're not helping, but setup's a bit janky. So I think the other day I did 5 or 6 reps with 5 kg added on. So gonna see how it goes with 10 kg. To be honest, I don't think the difference for me for weighted pull-ups between 5 and 10 kg is too much. It's usually the rep range. Like I could struggle to get 6 reps with 5 kg. I think it'll be a similar struggle even with the 10 kg. So I'll definitely add the 10. Because I felt 5 last week was just not enough. So yeah, I'm going to take that weight now and check my program for something. So I'm going to pause this and bring it back when I do the weighted pull-up. I have to do 2 sets of them. I'll probably only show 1 set here, because I might set up this camera for the bent over rows. I'm much more excited about the bent over rows. I feel like my bent over rows are really strong. I feel like it's a good movement for me. I'm still getting the balance in bent over rows of how low should I be, because I hear kind of conflicting information. People are like, you should be bent over in a bent over row. Why are you only bending over like this? You should be down here. I feel like that can also compromise your back. I know you need the full stretch with your hands, you need to bring it up. And some movements I've seen you should be moving your back up as well. There's 1 or 2 really famous people, I can't remember the name, some black American guy who used to train a lot of bodybuilders. He's quite old now. And I seen him doing it, and he was teaching kind of you know, coming up a bit when you do the shoulder press. So I might try that. And I think also they weren't too worried about being down here when you're doing bent over row. So I might start just coming up a bit more. If you've seen some of my videos before, I feel like before I was here, I feel like that's too little. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna see how the VersaGrips help. I feel like bent over rows are a good move for me. Another one, I wouldn't say I used to dislike them. I think nowadays I'm kind of indifferent. Like, I'm good at them. I didn't like them before. Now I feel I'm good at them, but I don't like them, but I don't dislike them. Anyway, let's put this down for a sec. Okay. Kind of adding to my really janky home gym setup. Oh my god. I'm kind of getting sick of like doing a shoulder press with the wall as my bench, because my bench is shit. My pull-up bar is really annoying me. And when I do these weighted pull-ups, I don't have a what do you call it, a belt strap or whatever it's called, a weightlifting belt or whatever that is called. So I get these resistance bands that I got from my missus a long time ago. She doesn't use them, so I just hook in, I just loop in the strap, the band through the hole in the weight plate, yeah, and then I just put it around my neck, and that seems to work. The weight's going on the bar regardless, so I think it works. But jeez, I really need the money to update my gym. It's like, I never get many presents, I don't ask for much. Not really a possessions type of guy. I have clothes from when I was 16. Never really wanted any new technology, anything like that. But since I've started working out and getting serious about it, the only thing I want is gym stuff. I've just become obsessed. These VersaGrips are the first thing I bought for myself since the headphones that I wear in these videos. These headphones, they're Bose Connect headphones. They're incredible. I bought them after had a really good year in a job, sales job, 6 or 7 years ago. And I bought those and they were quite expensive. And that was like the last big thing I bought for myself. And then these VersaGrips. Yeah, like the bench was presented to me. The dumbbells were also present. Like, I don't like to ask for stuff. I like to, like, if someone's gonna get me something, like my missus, my friends, anyone, I just be like, look, this is what I want. And it's always in price range. My bench was like €120, and that was a gift amongst a group of like 8 or 9 people. And like my birthday and Christmas, I don't think I got anything. I said I'd love to get a bench, just leave me put money away for myself so I can get a squat rack down the line, because that's super expensive. So yeah, we're still building that up. Anyway, I'm talking way too much. I got 6 reps of this the last time. 5 reps with 5 kg. So let's see if the straps can help or how we're feeling today. Maybe could have forced one more, but felt a little pinch in my elbow, so you have to leave that off. Yeah, I reckon I could get 5 or 6 again. I'm going to turn off the video for now, and then I'll be back with the bent over rows to see how we go. I don't think I'll include the hammer curls and bicep curls because they're going to be pretty normal. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just include all the videos. Have my full workout today there. But man, I'm really excited. Sunshine is finally coming out. Quite dark in this room, so it's kind of hard to notice. But with the sunshine finally coming out, it just gives you back the energy. For the last 2 or 3 months here, it's been raining, it's been pouring. It's been extremely crowdy and depressing. I think it gets in your head. And yeah, I think the sun coming back, be out more, walking more, bring my daughter out more. I think I'll get out the bike again, start cycling with the dog. that's been one of my best ways of losing weight, is cycling with my dog. And the weather's just been too bad for it. So yeah, let's get back to the bent over rows after. So I have 59 kg on the bar. I'm just gonna increase the weight. It's another thing I actually wanted to talk about is I think I've talked about it a bit before, but I think I might try to incorporate it into more movements as well. What I was talking about earlier with the stagnation and feeling like just plateauing in some places, not growing as much as I could. I've heard just so many people now talk about, you know, doing higher intensity for less volume. And I feel like the way I've always looked at it is, like, I try to go to failure on everything. Maybe it doesn't look like it, but genuinely I feel like the max I'll have, I think, is 1 extra rep. If I really push myself or don't care about my health and safety. But I genuinely think that I really do try to push myself to failure. Like barbell rows, for example. Because of my grip and like everything, I meant to do 8 to 10 reps, but I put lower weight and I really tried to go to failure for 12 or whatever it is, and just try to keep my volume high and my intensity high. And anyway, I think I'm rambling a small bit and not making any sense, but I feel like whenever I moved away from, like if I did bench press before, let's say I had 4 sets, I'd do one weight at about 75% of what I was going for, and then I'd go my all out highest weight to failure. And I do that for 3 sets. And to be honest, the last set was just dog shit. I was just wrecked. And then when I moved from doing that to lowering the weight for the first 2 sets, maybe 50% my max, then 75% my max, and then the last 2 sets really pushing it, that's where I'm seeing PRs, and that's where I'm seeing myself do really well. And I brought it over to some other movements, but like these bent over rows, for example, my normal thing with bent over rows for ages is, I think before it was 59 kg. I do 59 kg for 12 reps, and I do that for 3 sets. 3 sets, 12 reps. And then I just stagnate. I don't go up in weight. Eventually I've gotten, like, also I meant to be doing 8 to 10 reps, and I was doing 12 because I felt like that's where it was for that weight. Anyway, what I'm focusing on, what I think I'm going to do now is I have 3 or 4, I have 4 sets of bent over rows. I'm going to start doing, I want 2 hard sets, 2 warm-up sets. If I have 4 sets, it's not 4 sets every set to failure. I just think that's wearing me out, and it meant previously, because I trained like that for a long time. In the past I'd take such long rest periods because I'd just be so wrecked, and then I'd miss workouts and I'd progress so much slower, and I felt like everything was just so slow. But doing this, my bench has been improving massively with this. So I'm going to start bringing it over to more movements. So these bent over rows, I did 2 sets. I did 59 kg for 12 and 12 reps. I feel warmed up, I feel good. I'm trying to, the thing I was talking about previously, like moving the back when I do it. I'm trying to do that in the warm up. I don't know if I'll do it in this actual set. I need to get used to that. I want to stay bent over as much as I should, but not too much. But anyway, regardless, I do. So last week, and generally, I think lately, I do 69 kg for 12 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. So obviously the 69 kg, because I'm not in that 8 to 10 reps, is too light. So moving to this, now this is 79 kg. So this is 10 kg step up on this is massive, but I have my grips. I'm tired from pull-ups. I always kind of try to interchange doing pull-ups or bent over rows first, because whichever one I do first does impact my second exercise. So maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe it's not a great idea to change to this right now, but we're going to do it and we're going to see how it feels. So 8 to 10 reps. It's a 10 kg step up, and I've done a lot. My first two sets, I've done 10 kg less than I normally do. So let's hope this all balances itself out. I am interested to see how this will go. Because I find my hands shake a lot when I do this. Still getting used to these grips as well. This will be an important exercise and I don't want to mess up my back. Messing up my back is one thing I'm really scared about. All of these exercises, like you can do your arm, you can do your shoulder, which obviously isn't nice, but your lower back, your back in general, is not something you want to mess up. Hopefully my camera is not cutting out half my face, because trying to use the good camera for the longer form videos, not the front camera. So yeah, I'm going to do this, and then I think I'll leave it there and just focus on the rest of my workout after this. Let's see, 8 to 10 reps, 79 kg. This will be a PR if I can get it. I need to go out a bit further. Right, so like I'm saying previously, I need to like rev up the bar to lock out these, but no, I don't feel like I'm getting the grips in properly. It's weird. On dumbbells, I find on dumbbells these are so easy to set up, but with the barbell I'm finding it more difficult. Oh yeah, that's locked. Oh, I can just, okay, so rather than revving, if I just, yeah, push the barbell, it works. Okay, wish me luck. Ten reps. Felt good. Fucking hell, I love these grips. VersaGrips, I'm fully for them. I'm still getting used to them. Still need to work them out. My God, though, I'm feeling that in the right place. Oh, I'm a bit dizzy. Oh, wow. I never get lightheaded from pulling heavy weight. Actually don't. Probably because I haven't pushed myself enough. Because I don't have spotter arms, I don't have anything. So I'm very careful in what I do. That's the first time I've my vision went a bit black after that. But it didn't feel too bad, it didn't feel heavy. I'm going to look back at the video to double check. That's the good thing about these videos, I can check my form. See how it looks. I tried to incorporate the back thing a little bit. Tried to keep overbent. I think my form was good. I think the pace was good. Didn't expect to get 10 reps that easily. Talking about failure and all this, I feel like maybe I could have really pushed myself to get 2 more reps. But this is the thing with pushing to failure that I find. I've never lifted this weight before. I'm using grips. I don't want to get injured. So felt comfortable. I'll probably push myself a bit harder in that second set now that I have. But yeah, other than that, probably going to end it here. I'm going to do one more set of this, do my hammer curls and my bicep curls and finish up. So yeah, that was a good one.